League of Six, start of the New World Order. As we watch the past and current configuration of the geopolitical chessboard, what most observers are seeing is the strategic partnership of nations that have been essentially locked out of international organizations such as NATO and the G7. Another thing we see, like most observers, is how the weaponization of sanctions and the American dollar has given rise to alternative global platforms such as BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO. Moreover, it led us at VEDA Communications to peer into the future of the formation of what has become known as the trifecta, which is a trilateral conglomerate on the geopolitical landscape consisting of Russia, China, and North Korea. Even with our limited ability to peer into the future of the geopolitical landscape, there is an expansion occurring beyond the trifecta, and that leads us to what we are now coining as the League of Six. This is a monumental merger of nations because for the first time in modern history does NATO face a collective of formidable nations that level the geopolitical playing field, not for simply their sake, but for the sake of all nations in existence. As we see it, the League of Six consists of Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Lebanon, and the newly formed African Sahel Alliance. Each member country within the League of Six not only has access to resources within their country to offer other members of the League, but they all have one thing in common, and that is their distaste for the actions carried out by America and the collective West. And this is because they have interfered with the goals and vital interests of these countries. Within the League of Six, Russia serves as a visionary. Keep in mind that the Russian president who is successfully serving his fifth term is a master geopolitical negotiator and is extremely well versed on geopolitical matters. Thus, he is in the best position to guide and direct the League. When it comes to China, China always seeks to evoke a win-win approach that appears to always be beneficial to the countries they do business with. Additionally, it is safe to say that China is in the business of business and not war. With that being said, China tends to embark on demonstrating their willingness to cooperate with countries by investing and building their infrastructure. Projects like trains, roads, hospitals, and other forms of critical infrastructure are just some of the types of projects that China bilaterally engages in when it comes to working with other nations. North Korea will always provide two things: manpower, muscle, and weapons. North Korea plays by its own rules and is considered unpredictable by the standards of America and the collective West. They will manufacture and sell both small and large munitions to anyone that is willing to fairly engage in trade with them. Geologically positioned next to Russia and China, it is only fitting that North Korea develops strategic alliances with its neighbors. Even though Iran just had an election, it was stated by the Iranian media that the new president in office is seeking to foster better ties with America. Many people have come to the same conclusion that he will quickly learn that if America and the collective West can't bait you in and control you via weapon sales or with their ability to print money on demand or use you to assist them in the expansion of NATO, then they will seek to either weaponize sanctions against you or destroy you in one form or another geopolitically. Iran is an important member in the League of Six because they have a robust petroleum industry and a vast number of natural resources at their disposal. But more than that, Iran has a great military apparatus, specifically when it comes to the use of drones for warfare. Lebanon has Hezbollah. Hezbollah, feared by Israel, is a force not to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Not only do they have a massive number of fighters, they are able to significantly boost their number by partnering with any of the other 18 anti-West leaning militias in the region, tripling, essentially quadrupling their numbers. Lastly, there is the recently formed African Sahel Alliance, which consists of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, and is now rumored to soon include Sudan, Eritrea, and Chad. This newly formed alliance decided to come together to root out corruption from their governments and stop the exploitation of their natural resources from France, and to stop the divisive actions of America in their respective countries. They also formed this strategic alliance to stop the spread of terrorism throughout the Sahel region of Africa. The militaries of each country have been engaging in heavy military cooperation with Russia to combat terrorism. In addition, North Koreans have been allowed to engage in weapon sales throughout the Sahel region. The League of Six, like the formation of BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, is nothing more than the tip of the spear when it comes to reshaping and organizing the global world order away from the domination of American and the collective West. When it comes to the economic sector concerning the three countries, the first order of business is to facilitate the creation and implementation of a global payment system that rivals the SWIFT banking system. The implementation of, or SPFS, system for transfer of financial messages, and/or another agreed-upon currency to counter the US dollar's reserve currency status between the nations. This levels the global economic playing field and shields all nations that subscribe to it from weaponization of American sanctions and the US dollar.